All right, hello, this is Lucy the Bold. All right, so the other day when I was in the game, I had my diesel mechanic in, and I actually completed the entire game. So I have made a um, voodoo shaman, all right, and I'm pretty much just got to the dock system and got Mick. So on that note, let's go over here, loot everything we can. You do have to use the center mouse wheel to rotate the picture, which is a very strange thing to have to do in a game, but this game is actually worthwhile. Don't mean to sound degrading on that, but yeah, it's a worthwhile game. I do recommend it. It gets much better after you get into the second chapter of the game. There's a lot more fights and stuff, and the fights actually get pretty hairy at times. So let's see here. Mage, I'm going to start turning people into frogs if they lose the unwoven filament. Sweet. Easy with the hocus pocus there. My take is simple. Never make any threats you ain't ready to back up. Of course, Mick's a giant. I mean, you know, look at all those rippled muscles. Let's check the luggage belt. It's got to be there. Okay. So, you do get an indicator here on the map. Okay, that gives you an idea. And this is the latest update, is these little gear symbols. There's a tutorial, your inventory, your journal, magic craft, tech craft, and party formation. Party formation is good when you're going to go into battle. Right now it's just me and Mick, so I don't really care. And then for map, you just simply press M for map. That's the way I have it set up. So we're over here on the observation deck, and we need to go over here. Okay, now there is no way to actually mark this on your map. Alright, so you literally just have to turn it, and I have my Alt key set up as my method, you know, and then when I press it, then I can see who I can talk to. If I come over here to the pickpocket key, it will tell me if there's anybody within my immediate range by putting a $sign up saying you can pickpocket this person. Okay, to undo that button, you just right click on your mouse screen. Okay, use your left mouse button to put down a circle. And then you have all of these signs and stuff you can use, and they do give you information. And as my spouse is so fond of telling me all the time, reading every word is important. And in this game, it is, because your answers do affect how you are playing. Nice to meet you, Mr. Carvana. Cheers to you. East Coast finest, huh? That's what I like about you, Mick. Your straight shooting nature, and gotta say, your honesty. There was crusty old coot also. And you still don't know when to stop right, but gotta admit, I've missed you, you old drunk. Okay. So I've played all the way through the game as a steam tech and a diesel tech, but this is my first time for doing a Voodoo Mage. And money is everything in this game, so, you know. Alright, so you see over there on the side when I hover this, it tells me what I have to roll lower than. Okay, or I just click on deal. Alright, so I'm going to use insight, and I'm going to hope that I get a good roll. 90. Ha! Now, at this point, though, I can use a magic card. Okay. Okay, now there's a bunch of people around here, so let's see who I can steal from. Let's steal from the big guy here. Okay, I rolled a 24. Alright, so base points is 5, dice roll 9, sleight of hand is 10. Gives me a total of 24 points. Now each square is 1 point to move. Alright, and then after you get to it, it costs you points to unlock, and then you still have to be able to get out. So I'm going to go all the way down here to the very bottom. Okay, 2 points to reveal, 3 points to grab the item, 3 points to move back up, 2 points, another 3 points, and then I still have 1 point left over to exit. So that means it's a successful pickpocketing at this point. So I can go ahead and pickpocket more. Okay, 94. So that failed. Now it goes into a countdown of 21, 20 seconds before I can do it again. So we'll come over here, we'll loot this. A voodoo staff, one-handed. Okay, so we'll take that. Now this is the side quest over here. Alright, you want to do as many of the quests as you can. Nice, good roll. Okay. Alright, so she's going to want us to go look. I mean, you could tell her to reach the port authorities, but that's pretty much just going to screw you out of anything that you could get.
Aha.
Yes, and your answers affect your companions. You get a total of 3 companions. You get Mick right off the bat when you get off the ship. You meet him, he's doing a fighting match. You know, and then you get in the ring with him. And then you will get a sharpshooter. She's basically an assassin. Okay, and then a little bit later on, when you have this quest for the orphanage, you will get another mage. So that's usually the reason why I've played steampunk. So now that I'm playing a mage, I'm not sure if I will get someone who is either a steampunk or a diesel mechanic. Okay, now Mick here, okay, he's actually considered to be a steam mechanic, but you see over here his steam mechanic is 40. Okay, so he's very good at helping out with things like that. But you can also boost the stats up as you go up. You know, Diesel Tech, Tesla Tech. You know, since I can't do that. And then he'll get traits that'll get unlocked, and you can click on like Stone Skin, you know, Sixth Sense, which Sixth Sense is really important in this game because it helps you when you go to fight. You want to be able to go first because some of the fights are very difficult. Let's see here. So this is just a common one-handed cranial staff. Basically the same thing. I like the look of this one better. Okay, so I'm actually going to replace it. It's not going to affect anything. Okay. Right click, read. Curious history of magic and the powers of the cult, witchcraft rituals, and magic from their earliest appearances to modern times. Now you can left or right click, it doesn't do anything. Click close. Alright, up here is your money. I have $203. All this stuff is things that I found. Now in my previous game, when I did it, I did not know what to keep and what to get rid of. But now I have an idea. An eccentric inventor will offer you a clock that runs backwards. Remember, yesterday's dinner was excellent. That's your fortune from the fortune cookie machine. Alright, so if I wanted to give Mick something, okay, which he can't use firearms, but if I wanted to, I would right click on it and say give it to Mick. Alright. And then you get all these other things too, but they're not really beneficial for anything. Now the salmon, you'll find cats, and you want to keep the salmon because you can feed it to the kitty cats. Alright. Let's go over here.
A police officer in a flashy tech outfit stands on the stoop, engaged in a quiet tete-a-tete with a man.
Listen up, partner. I gotta sort a little something out with Jimmy.
Oh no.
But I'll be back in 2 shakes. Don't you worry.
We rolled badly. What are you even talking about?
That bastard owes me a debt. Taking care of this little errand is gonna put me in better shape, and that's gonna benefit you.
Alright.
I had a feeling we were gonna get along.
The cop startles at Mick's exclamation, his countenance darkening as he looks up at the imposing giant. It's abundantly clear that he's less than thrilled by Mick.
Well,
I do like the graphics in the game, I will say that.
You owe me a little something, and since I'm in the neighborhood, I thought I'd cash in.
Of course, if you're not getting the impression, I'll let you know. The cops are not exactly cream of the crop.
The policeman's eyes are darting about, and he's breathing in harsh gasps.
Ha! My partner likes getting down to brass tacks. Knew we were on the same page, buddy.
Without ever taking his eyes off the policeman's, Mick wordlessly extends an open hand. Jimmy hesitates, but only briefly, his gaze snapping from the towering giant.
It's a drug deal that's going down.
Back again. Finally, he lets out a long, reluctant sigh and drops the mysterious package into Mick's massive palm. Damn it. Mick grins with satisfaction.
And yes, Mick has a little issue
short pants, you know.
/ vice.
How do I put it? To stay in prime condition like this requires a little something extra. Old Jimbo and me, we've got some history. Every now and then, I can touch him up for something good. He ain't as rotten as some of the other cops, but you gotta show backbone or he'll rob you blind. Hold on a sec. There's something I've gotta take care of.
Mick carefully unwraps the parcel to reveal a tiny heap of crystalline powder. It shimmers with different colors in the sunlight.
Orphan.
And yes, you can buy this stuff at certain
I was popping every single
vendor
day.
booths
The work was that brutal.
throughout the game.
Thankfully, one of them.
Mick expertly snorts up a dose of Orphan and a blissful green.
And I'm assuming Orphan is the same thing as opium.
Feel like giving it a shot? It'll toughen you up.
Orphan is a potent drug which amps up your strength and reactions, but leads to a painful
I'll try it this time. I haven't tried it before, but you know. Alright, so now the way is unblocked, so we can actually go up here. And then we can come over here. Okay, support Wayne Zendo, the director of the Eastern Syndicate. There's little clues all along the way. Let's see here. Care for a bouquet. Show me your flowers. Well, let's do this first. Okay. Alright. They ran off somewhere else. So we'll talk to her again. Alright, so this is what she has to offer. Okay. Now, I already know that I'm going to, you know, need this at some point. And all you do to get your money is you just put things you don't need. And if it's something important, it's going to tell you. Okay. So. I already read my fortune cookie. Empty bottle of booze. Pearls. Alright, so we'll keep everything else for the moment. I am going to buy the flowers. Alright, and then hit exit. Pretty much when you click on a NPC in this game, that's pretty much what you're going to get. Let's go over here on this side now, because I noticed there were some things to loot. Persuasion and health. Okay, so I can wear that. I can also give it to Mick. So if you don't know and are curious, then you can look to see what your persuasion is. So that would put my persuasion at 40, which is really good in the game. Mick, his persuasion is 20. Okay, but his intimidation is 40. So I'm going to keep the hat and put it on for now. Alright, I'm also getting another bonus to persuasion and deception through a ring that I got right off the bat in the game, because I decided to keep the ring and not give it to the person who was looking for it. The thieves' gloves, sleight of hands, plus 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these gloves off, put these on, and then I'm going to give those to Mick. Okay, now he carries these. Plus 2 to health, plus 1 to armor. Okay, plus 2 to health, plus 2 to accuracy. So I'm actually going to give him these gloves for the time being until we can find some better equipment. The birds, alright. Catch the crow. Woohoo! We got the crow. There's a lady in the game that asks you to find her feathered friends. Yeah, we have some videos on it. Unfortunately, my spouse had a sore throat and wasn't able to talk, so they are like kind of like watching a silent video. But you'll get the idea. Alright, new to town, welcome, toast to your arrival with our selection. Let your taste buds savor the flavors this city has to offer. Okay. Yeah, I've been here just long enough to resist being tempted to flavor the city. Let me see what you have. Okay. Dwarven beer, moonshine. Alright. I'm going to get rid of the staff. Oh, actually, I should have traded. That way you could have seen it. So I'm going to trade his. Okay. Alright, excellent. Alright, we'll talk to this little guy. Okay, another failed roll for observation. Alright, I'm not reading each one of these. I'll let you do that. So, he wants me to help impress a girl. Again, you can say that you don't want to do it. You can ask him questions about himself. Alright, Don't bother me with your trifles. Alright, so we know the kids have been by here. And then we have the little lady giant here. There's giant dwarves and elves and humans in this game, as well as monsters. Okay, now we're going to go back and talk to him. Alright. And we'll go back and talk to her. Oh, wait a minute here. We gotta talk to the, my bad. Okay, so on this roll, persuasion, I would have to roll under 40. For deception, under 37. Or charm is under 40. Or intimidation, or you can just pay $6. Okay. You can also sit there and click on leave and then check your stats to see before you do it. To kind of push this along though, I'm just going to go ahead and pay the 6. Alright. The bouquet that we bought just a little bit ago, giving to him. And it's a very bad acting. And there we go. We got something for us to give to Mick. Poor man was shirtless. Yep. Okay, now we're going to go over here. Let's see what this one says. In case of tech outage, don't wander into the wilderness. Stay on the railroad. Closed, but a shiny object peeking out from inside catches your attention. Inspect the suitcase. Strength Mick. Pick suitcase locks, or just take it. So let's try doing this. Inside there's a sizable and oddly shaped object, the outline of which is sticking slightly out of the lid. 13. Okay, so that was not as good. So I'm using that. Strength roll. Okay, so now we got a common ring out of the box. Alright, let's go over here because the machine's all gummed up.
This dwarf is openly weeping. As you draw closer,
Stop bothering me! Only when it all broke down did they start going, Finley, can you help me with my suitcase? Finley, can you find my purse? What do you want? Let me guess. Is it luggage?
Everybody has booze in the
Bet
game.
you want some fucking luggage.
Oh, you get plus 10 because he's drunk. If I had wine, then this one would light up, but I don't have wine.
It's so frustrating. All anybody sees is a dwarf. And you know, I try to entertain people, and sometimes when I hand them their bags, I smile like an alligator. Sometimes I frown like a... But guess what, mate?
Okay, I'm just here to pick up my suitcase.
You get your luggage. Can't you see the belt's not working? As soon as the conveyor...
Alright. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try the deception roll.
Okay.
24, excellent.
I'll fix it. Just give me a few minutes, will you?
Alright. My luggage has finally been given to me. Yay! Alright, so you can't do anything with it. Alright, let's go over this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm not an actor. Alright, so now we got pose. That's something that we are not. Oh, we're going to talk to these children over here. Crow woman. Okay. Sorry, my spouse is sneezing. Alright, so that's one of the crows that we have in our backpack. So a bunch of damn elves sat there and smashed her cages, which caused her beloved crows to get away. You can see the smashed cage there. And she's going to pay us. Alright, now we're going to talk to her again because we have one of our crows. So there's a total of 3 crows. We got one of them to her, and then we got to go get the other 2. All right. Now we're going to go over this way. This is the little boy that we're looking for. Oh, that sucks. My observation is way too slow. Way too low. Okay, my insight was good. Alright. So now we gotta go back. Get Mom. Who, if you remember, was at the bottom of the stairs. Now there are certain points in the game where you cannot go back after you go through, so you do need to make sure that you take care of all your stuff. Alright, then we just got some more stuff. Got some money. Got an amulet. I'm not wearing an amulet yet. Okay. Okay, and now this ring that we got says this thing was once a giant prosthetic index finger. Okay, The jewelry makes it hard to see now. It's the kind of thing that would interest someone in a brothel. Alright. So, when we get to a brothel, alright, we're going to steal money from the kid. Get 21 points, come all the way down here to the bottom. Going to take $3 off of him. Oh, see? So I did this intentionally. We did not have enough to rob him the rest of the way. We did get these two items. And that was it. Alright, we got some more stuff over here that we can loot. Bandit camp. Magic scrolls for me. Sleight of hand gloves. Alright, so now let's give this to Mick. And then we're going to look at this. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to say, sure, I'll do it. Whee! Swindler's pants. We'll talk to the mother here in just a second. Okay, nope. All right, let's go up here. because there's a bird right over here. Excellent. So we caught the second bird. And the third bird, I think, is on this side or is over on the other. Pixie dust. Alright, so we can't get through there. Let's go over here on this side. Alright, this is the objective area for the other part of it, but I don't want to do that right now. Alright, let's see if we can pickpocket anybody. We'll get this guy here. 24 points. Leave. Success. Very good roll. Six points to move. Let's go here instead. Then we'll exit. All right. Three points. Four points to move. Ooh. Might be able to pull this one off. Oh, nope, we can't. Alright, so we're just going to have to move to leave. So we weren't able to pickpocket him for everything. Alright, so I think this is a good spot to stop for the moment. And then tomorrow we will find the other bird and do the director portion. So let's go over here and loot this last item. Okay, this is something too. So certain things you can loot, some things you have to steal. $35, excellent. I was able to do it. Alright, that's another quest. Okay, so, yep, this is going to be it for today, and I will see you all tomorrow, and then we'll move into the next area of play. So have a good day. If you celebrate the 4th of July tomorrow, happy 4th of July to you. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Please hit like, please hit subscribe.